Good morning, everybody. Mr. Sim is here today. Mr. Style in Motion. That's Mr. Gregory Fisher. Yeah. All right. Style in Motion. Hey, and this is one of his favorite words. He told me this a long time ago. I am lavish abundance, now delivered in souls. I'm the rich, unfailing substance of the universe. Break it down a little bit. I've got all that I desire. Yeah, bring that up. God takes good care of me. All is well. All is well with my soul. Come on. I am lavish abundance, now delivered in source. I'm the rich, unfailing substance of the universe. You know it. I've got all that I desire. God takes good care of me. All is well with my soul. Yeah, I am lavish abundance, now delivered in source. I'm the rich, unfailing substance of the universe. I am all that I desire. God takes good care of me. All is well with my soul. You're a little quiet this morning. I am lavish abundance, now delivered in source. I'm the rich, unfailing substance of the universe. I've got all the wonder I desire. God takes good care of me. All is well with my soul. Yeah, all is well with my soul. All is well with my soul. Yeah. Yeah. So the lyrics weren't up? No wonder. Wow. I was just singing to myself and saying like, why are they just looking at me like I'm crazy or something? I am crazy, but wonderfully crazy. But lavish abundance is what we are. Lavish abundance, yeah. All right, you know this for sure. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see love in every face.
light that candle, and we think back to just a few moments ago, where all the chatter and the... It's on, isn't it?
It's on.
With all that loving chatter going on before, and then Landis brings in and just takes it up a notch. So I invite you to take a nice deep infilling breath. Let all those cares and worries just drop down into your heart and be surrounded by love. Take another nice deep breath. Drop back into that heart and let all your cares just slide away. Take a moment for yourself and rest in that loving presence of the all that is that's within you. Laura and I were talking at one point this week, and she said, I wonder how other people put this in practice. So I've got this little leather thing on my arm here. And I was having some struggles last fall, so I went ahead and bought this, and it says, I choose to love life, I release the past, and I love myself. So whenever, it's just a little reminder for me. If there's a point where I just feel like, man, how did we get here? I can look at my wrist and read that and say, I can still love myself. I can still sit in that oneness inside. And I hope all of you can do that too. And I pray that we all do that. There's so much going on. There's so many things we wonder about. And where are we headed now? And just take a moment and rest in that loving peace that always resides in your heart. And so it is.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy around us. I see love in every face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. So I'm always getting affirmed here, but Keith, I gotta tell you, you're wonderful. You're a gift to this body. You're a gift. Many years ago, I believe Eva asked me to do this song a long time ago. But it just reminds us who we really are. In spite of what's going on, we are light. That's all we are. We're light. Even when it doesn't seem like we are, that's who we are. I am light. 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 I am I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the mistakes that I have made or any other things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I'm not my race. My soul inside is all light. I am divinity divine. I am the Christ on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. I am light. Light, oh light, I am light, oh light, oh light, oh light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Oh, light. Oh, light.
Thank you, Landis. That was awesome. I'm gonna have to adjust this. Keith's like 6 feet taller than I am, so it's sticking to my eyeball. Bye, Landis. Well, good morning, everybody. It's so great to see all your beautiful smiling faces this morning. I think everybody should do this at least once, just so you get this perspective. It's amazing just to see you. You want me to do that? Okay. I'll do that. It's pretty awesome, though. Everybody should try it. So just want to say welcome this morning. Thank you all for being here. My name is Kelly Thompson, and I serve on your board of trustees. And whether you're here in person or if you're live streaming or if you are waiting to watch at your convenience, we appreciate you joining us every Sunday or whenever you can. You're a part of our church, and we want you to know that you're always welcome any way you can join us. If you can join us in person, we'd appreciate that. We want to see your beautiful smiling faces too. And we'll make you feel right at home whenever you get here, all right? So, is there anybody new here today? Do we have any newcomers? Anybody here for the first time? Oh, look at there. Hey there, welcome. What's your name? Lisa. Lisa?
Yes.
Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you.
Our ushers are going to bring around a packet for you. And we have another, what's your name, sir? Nathan? Nice to meet you, Nathan. Thank you for coming. Well, thank you both for being here. We're going to pass out some tickets for the hazing ceremony after. Don't worry, it'll be a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it. Not for you. It won't be fun for you, but it'll be fun for us. We have a blast with that. No, we'll just send you a little packet around if you want to fill that out and drop it in the offering basket at the end of the service. Then we can send you a newsletter twice monthly, let you know what's going on here at Unity. Okay, nothing super obtrusive. Once you get past the hazing ceremony, you're good. So we want to warm up our hands, everybody. Let's bless our newcomers. You ready? We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. The Christ in you refers to that spark of divinity, which is the very same quality of being that Jesus and other spiritual leaders brought to this earth in themselves and demonstrated in their ministries. Unity is a global spiritual community that has been at the forefront of the New Thought revolution for 125 years. That's a long revolution, y'all. Come on, get it. Let's make this a mainstream thing, okay? We welcome and include all people from all walks of life that are seeking a deeper spiritual experience and a greater sense of health and wholeness and abundance. We teach practical spiritual life tools that empower people regardless of age, sexual orientation, race, or any other background. Whether you are into whatever you're into, whatever you like, you know, we're totally down with whatever you want to bring to the mix. Because, you know, that's what it's all about, right? Diversity. So we embrace all people, regardless of your condiment preference or your, you know, whether you like ketchup or mustard. We'll debate that at a later time. So we choose to embrace a rich diversity in God's oneness. And wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. The practical spiritual tools that we provide here by our teachings is a perfect stepping stone to make our way forward into the new year and make a fresh start to transform our consciousness so we can make a positive difference in the world. So now it's time to make a positive difference to your neighbor and get up and greet each other and share a little love.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
is, you gotta learn where to hit it. You know, it's like a handpan. You gotta figure that out. You guys are digging the gong, aren't you? No? Let's bring something else that may not be as jarring as the gong. All right, so now everybody's got their Christmas decorations up, or you should. Come on, guys. Holidays are over. We got past that, and it's all. Do what?
He's shooting on us now.
Oh. You're right. You're included too, those folks that keep your Christmas decorations up all year long. We love you. We just don't want to come to your house. So now we're past the holidays, right? And we're almost into February. That's crazy. I can't believe it's flown by so quick. It really has. How you guys doing on your New Year's resolutions? Anybody got any? No, you don't make those?
We have resolutions all year long.
Okay. We just as the newness hits us, right? Well, sometimes this time we get past that freshness of the season, and we get kind of settled in, and it's cold and it's dark outside, and we kind of fall into the same old grind, right? Well, luckily this morning we have Reverend Gregory Fisher here with us. He joined us all the way from Nashville to present on the inside to remind us that there is no real magic in the first days, that the magic is you, and every day is the first day. So please join me in a very warm welcome for Reverend Gregory Fisher.
I'm a senior therapist. Bios kill me because we write them and we write them in the third person like we're talking about someone else, and then people read them out loud right before you get up to speak, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's like that's a lot for no apparent reason. Landis, he just kills me. I have loved him for so long, so I'm always sad that he leaves and I don't get to hug on him and say, dude. So it's funny that he brought up that word lavish. I do a workshop on prosperity and abundance consciousness called Live Lavishly, Give Lavishly. Because I just love that word. And it's just funny that he remembered it from probably hearing me say it 10 years ago. It's just, but I think it's a good way to think of our life. Lavish. I want to just be able to live lavishly, but more than anything, when I pray about it, I say, may I be able to give lavishly, just without any thought of how much, just as much as I can give. Because I learned a long time ago, I'm not preaching on tithing today, but I could. Trust me. But I learned a long time ago, just try out giving God. Right? Just try. Because it's just fascinating how no matter how much I give away, it keeps coming back in the same proportion. It's just the way it is. That wasn't my topic for today. But he brought up the word lavish. And then, of course, he sang that song, I Am Light, which is perfect. And Keith, what you said earlier, I'm like, well, I don't even need to do my sermon now because you preached it, then he preached it. But I am going to do it because they're going to pay me. Actually, they've already paid me. I love being here with you guys so much. Let me read something to you. Finding yourself is not really how it works. You aren't a $10 bill in last winter's coat pocket. You remember, what that's like whenever you reach in your coat. I haven't worn this. Oh, I found something. No, it was always yours. It was always right there. Just waiting for you to come back to it, right? You are also not lost. Your true self is right there, buried under cultural conditioning, other people's opinions, and inaccurate conclusions you drew as a kid that became the beliefs about who you are. Ooh. Finding yourself is actually returning to yourself. An excavation, an unlearning, a remembering who you were before the world got its hands on you. You know, these days, we hear a lot about, oh, is he going to stay up there the whole time I'm talking? I just think that's funny. Okay, I'm going to right here. But, thanks. I appreciate it. It feels weird. I work at this place, it did say an integrative life center. It's a treatment center. We treat folks with addiction issues and also just mental health issues. Depression and anxiety are epidemic. Are you aware of this? Depression and anxiety are epidemic. I'm going to tell you something about Gen Z. Are there any Gen Zers here? Well, let me tell you, Gen Z needs to be here because I'm going to tell you something. Anxiety among that age group is so rampant that some days I'm like my clients come in and they're 18, 19, 20 up to 65, 70. But these kids that come in, the anxiety, you can feel the energy of it. You can feel the energy of it when you're in their presence. You're just like, oh my gosh. But you know what's causing it? Social media. That is the thing. That is the thing that is really different. Is social media. This completely unrealistic expectation that I can look like all of this, and I can have all of this, and it's unbelievable, So the thing, I gave the title of this talk, New Year, Same You, because we hear so much during the holiday season, here it comes New Year's Eve, New Year's, the new year, big deal, big deal, big deal, new year, new you. Oh, let's create a new version of you. Let's find the new version of you. It's not how it works. How it works is to find the you that's always been here. That's always been here. But got covered up. It got covered up by all those things people said to you about how you should be, and what the media portrayed how you should be, and how your family wanted you to be, because that's how we are, right? Legacy, it's very interesting. What the church told you should be, right? Did you know that it's true that most people that I deal with for sure, but I think most people in the world who even, have some religious system that they give themselves to, but they don't really have an authentic spiritual experience of their own. All of their spiritual experience was inherited, either from the people in their family or other people in their community or the church they went to. But if you say to them, well, talk to me about your own unique spiritual experience, they're like, well, I go to church. I walked the aisle once. I said some prayers they told me to say. And you're like, was any of that just authentic to you? Something that came from inside of you, because you are connected to something that is greater than you, and you discovered it. You discovered that connection. And most people will say, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I have a client right now that it's very interesting. I left the fundamentalist evangelical church in 1986. that was a while ago. We're coming up on 40 years ago. And that was after I'd been a Southern Baptist minister from the time I was 14 till I was 30, right? So, some acknowledgments about my authentic self cause people to say goodbye. Goodbye, sir. And that began a quest for who I am really. That I never questioned that was the job ahead of me. Anne Lamott says, the opposite of faith is not doubt, it's certainty. Oh, think about that, Anne. Thank you for that one. See, the opposite of faith is not doubt, it's certainty. Faith requires that we let go of certainty. Because otherwise, we think we're saving ourselves. Which ultimately we actually are. By getting back to our authentic self, we are the one doing the saving of ourselves. But when we rely on certainty to save us, then we've lost the journey and the adventure and the exhilarating experience of finding me new every day. But where am I finding me? Not somewhere out here. I'm finding me right here. Because there is a me that is it, but not all of it. I like to say it. I like to call God it. And God told me it was okay. Because I want us to get past this notion, this idea, even this image we might conjure up. Whenever I say God, people then have an idea of what that means. But what if we're wrong? And certainly, if we really want to accept this idea that God is something different than me, we're in trouble. We've given ourselves away to the idea of duality. There's God and then everything else. But what if it's the other way around? There's everything and that is God. Right? So I like to say it. So because when I say it, then I can't conjure up an old man with long white hair and a beard sitting in some Greco-Roman robe somewhere, pondering me. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to leave that behind. There's so much coming up for me this morning. Little Big Town is a country group that I like a lot. And they had a song a few years ago that I thought was so profound. God for the Daughters. Anyone remember that song? Oh, no, I almost want to play it now. It's a song about how our idea of God as a man and how it has affected the way we treat women. Right? Very interesting. Just think about that. That one's free. That wasn't part of the talk today. But it was, when I first heard it, I sobbed. It kind of makes me want to sob right now. It's just like, oh my gosh, how we have dishonored women with this idea that God is male. God is masculine. And all masculinity then becomes revered, and femininity somehow looks like less than. Oh, we've got to get past this notion. We must. And I'll tell you who must more than anybody is men. Sorry, but we're going to have to give up some of that exalted idea of masculinity. Because I believe we're actually in a time when the universe is wanting us to shift away from all things masculine, what masculine ways of being, to more feminine ways of being. Masculine ways of being are winning, initiation, control. And that's okay. See, we're all male and female. We all have masculine and feminine. But when we value those things so much that we then stop valuing nurture, love, collaboration. You see, I don't know about you, but I look up at what's going on in this country right now, and I think it's masculinity's last grasp. Possibly. It's masculinity's last grasp. We are not going to give this thing away without claw marks all over it.
There it is.
But what if what we really are longing for is just to love each other, to be in this together? And sometimes I just think, well, maybe that's what it's going to take, is just an all-out, oh my God, that really failed. So, I don't know. One of the people I admire most in this world, and I've talked to you about her before, my friend Jenny Gentry, who is the person I go to Teotihuacan with, and she's this Toltec master, and she's written some wonderful books. And she called me yesterday out of the clear blue sky and was crying. I don't think I'm supposed to probably tell this. Don't tell her I said this. But she was crying and she said, I don't know what's going on in our world and I don't know how to be. I don't know how to be in this world that I'm seeing evolve this last week. I don't know who to be. And she really does know. And if you had called her and said, Jenny, who should I be? She would have told you what I told her, which is, be you. See, new year, I don't know, new decade, new administration, same you. See, here's who you have to show up as, you. You. Because anything other than authentic you is just a role you're playing. One of many roles you probably play. Right? Let's get past the roles. This is deep work, people. This is what I lead people in every day. People come in my office and they start telling me their stories, and I listen because they want to tell them. They feel the need to tell them. But ultimately, I look at them and say, are you ready to let that go? Are you ready to let that go? Because it's just a story. And then they'll say sometimes, like I said the first time my therapist said that to me, but these things happened to me. These things happened. And she said, oh, I know, honey. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry they happened. I'm so sorry that they created a story that you believe about who you are. But what if it's not true? I'm going to tell you, no words ever matter to me more than what if those stories you tell yourself about yourself are not true. Because they're not. That song, I Am Light, I love that it says, I am not the things I've done. I'm not the things that were done to me. I'm not. And I am in the process every day of my life for the last 43 years of letting that all go. I'm letting it all go. Because it doesn't serve me. Here's who it also does not serve. It doesn't serve you for me to believe my stories. It doesn't serve the world for me to believe these stories. Oh, my dad was a terrifying monster. He really was. Bless his heart. You know, I'm now at the place where I can look at him and go, I think he did the best he could. I'm sorry his best was so bad. But what else am I going to do but say, I'm pretty sure him and what he did to me is not who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something that happened. Oprah Winfrey, great quote. Forgiveness is letting go of the hope that the past could ever be different. Now let me tell you something, there's freedom in that. There's freedom in that. Just saying, oh, okay, that's what happened, but it's not who I am, and it is not what my life will be, because I choose to know the truth about who I am. Now, I'm talking to clients all day, and I'm saying that to them. They keep paying me to keep. You guys keep paying me. I'm going to keep coming back and saying the same things.
Thank you.
I'm going to keep saying the same things, because here's what we have to know. I am all good all the time, right now. I am good all the time and right now. Now, they'll say to me, but what about all this stuff I've done? Okay. And what about all that stuff that was done to me that still hurts? It's still painful. It still seems like my response is authentic me. And so you tell me to find authentic me, and I don't even know what that means. Here's what I want you to know. I got a few notes here. Here's one of my favorite quotes ever. See if I can read it without my glasses. The challenge is to stop equating our purpose with goal-based achievement. Do you need me to read it again? I saw that. There was a signal. I'm trying to go, am I not talking loud enough? Because no one has ever accused me of that in my life. Okay, just want to hear it again. Here it comes. The challenge is to stop equating our purpose with goal-based achievement. Remember we were talking about masculine ways of being, feminine ways of being? Masculine ways of being is, I have to succeed. I have to win. I have to be right. See? Spirit is not interested in our achievements, but in our hearts. When we choose to act out of kindness, compassion, and love, we are already aligned with our true purpose. Right? So I say to people, when they say to me, what does it look like for me to find my authentic self? I say it will always look like and feel like love. This energetic vibration of love, right, it's in here. And when you turn into it and you say, may this be my action today. May this be my motivation today. May this be my intention today. Guess who's showing up? You. Authentic you. Oh. Yeah. That's it. It's really that simple. But here comes life. Oh my gosh. Here comes my humanity. You see, because this God self that is you is also clothed in humanity. Now, we can see that as, or we can see it as, wow, there's a challenge. There's a challenge. I love this idea today of letting go of my humanity in favor of my authentic self, which is it, but not all of it. Yeah, I'm choosing that today as often as possible. Keith, you also, you know, there's neuroscience, by the way, all of these ideas that I'm saying are now being proven by science. We understand this, right? I mean, how fascinating that Charles and Myrtle and Ernest Holmes and all those guys thought of these things. And they, by the way, were drawing from ancient wisdom that had always been known. Yeah, but now science is going, you know, there's this thing called quantum physics. And you're like, yes, there is. And we have known these things. We just didn't have you affirming it for us. Right? But neuroscience now knows that the fastest way back to yourself something you do all day long without even thinking. Thank God. Our brains just say, oh, take another breath. Take another breath. But if I say to myself, with intention, I now take this breath to bring me back here. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter how activated you may be by some circumstances or some conditions going on, it's only this simple to get home. Oh, there you are. Yeah, right there. Never left. Just got covered up. Yeah, but I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm going to finish up here with one of my other favorite quotes. I'm quoting a lot today, but that's okay, I think. Anyone know Marianne Williamson?
Yes.
This quote is from her book, A Return to Love, thank you. I only quote it all the time. And it's often misquoted as being Nelson Mandela, because he used this quote in his first inaugural address in South Africa. But, ooh, that is tiny. Okay, here we go. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Ooh, people think about that, think about that, think about that. My light terrifies me. Why? Yeah, who told me to do that? We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? I encourage you to take those 4 words and write them on your mirror. And look at them and go, I am gorgeous, talented, fabulous, brilliant. Then she goes on to say, actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God, or it. You are part of it. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. Ever watched 3 and 4-year-olds play? They're shining. They're not. They have no fear. It's fascinating of being their absolute authentic self. Until we start saying to them, stop that. Watch out. Less of that. People are going to think you're weird. Why would we ever? I mean, we're all just trying to get along with our humanity, but why would we ever say to a child, less of you, please? Yeah, less. Less of you. You're too much. So I don't have kids, right? So just so you know, I'm the one sitting there with your kids saying, go get it. Go shine. Be huge. Be huge. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone, she says. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So I work at this place, and I go in there just like this every day. I go in there unapologetically me, as much as possible. I get up in the morning and I say, may I please show up authentic today. Every client that comes in my office, I'm like, could I just be me? Plugged into something that is me but greater than me. so that I can show this person what that looks like. The greatest compliment that was ever paid to me in my life was one day in a group, one of the clients looked at me and said, I just prayed. That's my partner, sorry. My partner in crime. He said, I just pray that someday I'll love myself as much as you seem to love yourself. And if you're not careful, you see, there will be people that will see you when you're being authentically you and say, you're arrogant. Right? Because they need people to play small. Because they play small. Because they think that's what we're supposed to do. See, whenever people said, oh, be humble, 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 everyone needs you to be humble. I'm like, listen, there's a difference between being humble and being repressed. Right? Authentic you shines. And it allows other people to shine too. It encourages other people to shine too. So, new year, same you, find that you that shines, that loves, that comes into the room, God. Knowing it's God. You know, the last time I spoke here, I think my topic was God dreaming itself to not be God. God dreaming itself not God. If we're going to dream, folks, dream the highest dream you can of your divinity and shine and live this new year, whatever that means. You know, it's just a day. As the same you that you were born to be, the one that was never lost, and the one that is right here, right now. And so it is.
So it is.
Oh, wait. Okay, I forget that here. All right, let's just do this today. Anyone know box breathing? Ever heard of box breathing? I'm going to describe it for you, then I'm going to count you through it. And here's what it looks like. I'm going to say inhale, and we're going to breathe in to the count of 4. And then I'm going to say hold, and we're going to hold to the count of 4. Then I'm going to say exhale, and we're going to exhale audibly to the count of 4. Long exhale, right? Then we're going to pause for 4. So, right? You're doing the box. Now, here's the good news. As we're thinking about it, as we're inhaling, I want you to think I'm taking in life. I'm breathing in life. Everything that I need in this moment to exist is coming into me right now. Then as we hold, think about being filled and centered, and I'm right here. This is me. I'm right here. Then as we exhale, I'm letting go of everything that no longer serves me. And then as we pause, think that in that moment, I need nothing. So here we go. You ready? Inhale. 3, 4, hold. Exhale. Now pause. Inhale. Keep breathing. this moment, I am so aware that I am here. Not a version of myself, not a role, not a story, not an identity, but real me is right here, right now. And in this moment, I know that all I need to do, all I need to be, all I need to feel, all I need to think is love, kindness, compassion. I bring these things to every moment of my life, every encounter. I am lavish in my love. I am lavish in my giving. I am lavish in spirit. I live lavishly. I give lavishly. I know this is my purpose. Oh yes, there are many other things, but ultimately my purpose is to be this one who is it, but not all of it, who is here to shine light, to be light, and to give others permission to do the same. I know this truth. I live it. I breathe it. I am it. And so it is.
Wow. Thank you, Gregory. That was awesome. Nailed it. One more time. I love the meditation. I thought I might pass out there on that second box, but I was, feeling really good now. Yeah, got to kind of wake up a little. So now's the time in our service where we give you the opportunity to give back. So I heard this really cool story. There's this little village where a couple lives in their little house, a little cottage. And one day they're looking out the window and they see these three old monks standing outside their cottage. And the three old monks are out there for quite a while. So the wife decides to go out and introduce herself and invite them in for a meal, right? So this is not a joke, by the way. I'm not trying to set it up. So she goes out and she introduces herself and she asks if they would come in and eat with her. And the first monk stands up and he says, well, you can only invite one of us at a time. He said, I'm love. If you invite me in your home, then your home will always be filled with love. He said, this is prosperity. This is success, the next monk. If you invite him up into your home, then everything in your life will always work out. You'll always be successful in all your endeavors. And our next monk is wealth. And if you invite him in, then you'll always have wealth in your home. So the wife says, okay, well, give me just a second. She goes back in and she discusses it with her husband. And he says, well, let's invite wealth in. And she said, well, why don't we invite success instead? And so they deliberate a little bit. And then they go back out. She goes back outside and she says, we've decided that we're going to invite love in. And so love gets up and he starts to walk in. And the other two monks get up and they follow him. And she said, well, wait a second. I thought you said that you could only do one at a time. He said, no, I said you could only invite one of us at a time. Because wherever love is, success and wealth always follow. So say it with me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I receive in abundance.
Flow, Spirit flow through me, as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace.
know you guys don't hear me just murmur up here. Mother, Father God, we just thank you. We are so grateful for these gifts and these givers. We thank you for reciprocity. We thank you that this giving will return 10, 50, and 100-fold to the givers. And so it is. Amen. Switch up mics here. All right, so just a couple of announcements before we break for food and fellowship. So we have that after every service. So guys that are new, please feel free to join us. We'd love to have you. We'll eat right after the service breaks. Where am I? Announcements. All right. So first announcement is we're looking for volunteers for our AV department. Training will be provided, and if you have an interest, please see Please see Steve Hastings or Laura Miller to find out how you can serve in this area. We really appreciate you. Wellness Warriors will be meeting next Thursday at noon. This is a positive, practical support group for people dealing with health issues. So if you're dealing with health issues, please join that. It's a really good thing that Eric Miller has put together. It's awesome. People love it. On Saturday, February 1st, we'll have our monthly. No, we won't. As a matter of fact, let me back up on that. We have canceled Drum Circle this month, and it'll be returning in March. So he can't make it. Okay. So we will be doing it in March, though, right? He said so, yeah. Okay, cool. So you guys look forward to that. With the cold weather, we're still collecting donations that are needed for the homeless. They need blankets, non-perishable food items, basic essentials, winter clothing, anything that you could use on a camping trip, would be perfect. So we have a bin in the back in the library. We actually have a bin over here under the table. So it's always there for you guys to donate, so we'd appreciate that. Next Sunday on February 2nd, we're excited to welcome for the first time Unity legend, Reverend Jim Rosemergy? Is that? Okay, Rosemergy. It's an interesting name, isn't it? He became ordained in 1976 and has served in the Unity movement for over 40 years. He retired from pulpit ministry in 2017. During his ministerial career, he pioneered 2 ministries, served at an additional 3 churches, and was president of the Association of Unity Churches at Unity Village. He served as an executive VP of Unity headquarters worldwide. Reverend Jim has authored 17 books and is now working on his 18th. He's almost as busy as you, Greg. He is a recipient of the Light of God Expressing Award, one of Unity's highest honors, and he continues to speak at different Unity churches, and following the Sunday services, he'll have his books to sell, and he'll also do a signing. So you guys join us for that. And our prayer chaplain today is, of course, Keith Noyes. He'll be available for personal prayer in the back office after the service. And along with that, we have a special announcement for an opportunity coming up at the end of March for anyone who is interested and have been invited we have been invited, to attend a prayer chaplaincy training in Unity, North Marietta, Georgia. This program it's a program that prepares people to serve as prayer chaplains in our church, and it starts on Friday night and goes all the way to Saturday on March 28th and 29th. So if you're interested in becoming a prayer chaplain, please see Eric Miller. He's got all the details for you. We got a sign-up sheet? Okay, we got a sign-up sheet in the back to sign up, and we'll get you hooked up, okay? And we hope that you will stay for the fellowship and food.
There's just a brief slide in it left. The Hour of 8 is going to be on the first Sunday of the month from now on.
Okay.
Starting next Sunday after.
So we're changing Power of 8 to the first Sunday?
Correct.
First Sunday of the month, Okay, so you guys keeping that in mind? So we hope that you will stay and join us for food and fellowship after the service. We will be turning this area into a dining room, so anybody that can help set up a table. Yeah, it gets kind of turns into kind of a frenzy out here. So we'll be putting up chairs, so if you can help out with that, we appreciate it. And if you guys will just stand with me and sing the peace song.
2, 3, 4.
And our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Play ball.